Crypto Hotep here with another crypto market update. It's been about a month or so since I provided a crypto update and my feelings and thoughts on the crypto market, just because the prices haven't really been moving like that. It's really been a ping pong type of price action with crypto, and a lot of bad sentiment across the markets as well. I've been in crypto since 2020, and this is probably the lowest I've seen people feel about crypto. And I think it's just because the markets in general are pumping. The markets being the stock markets, and now silver and gold are pumping, but crypto seems to be kind of the dead horse here. Now, before we get into it, guys, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Also, comment, share this video with like-minded people such as yourself. None of this is financial advice. Please do your own due diligence, especially with crypto, because it is very volatile. But in one big shout out to Coinbase. Coinbase they do sponsor these videos. I use Coinbase for all of my spot crypto trades that you see, and we will actually check into our altcoin portfolio if we have time as well. But as always, guys, thank you for always tuning in here. So again, the crypto market's been in a bit of a free fall. As you can see here, I'm using Coin Market Cap here. It's a free tool and kind of just shows the crypto market overview here. But if we look at the crypto market cap, you can see back in July, we hit about 2.27 trillion market cap. And as of right now, we're at 2.17 trillion market cap. So within a month or so, we dropped almost $100 billion. So a little bit over. So, even if you look at a year, year time frame, if we look at August 17, 2025, our market cap was around 4 trillion, and we're almost half of that. So again, a lot of ho-hum type of feelings with crypto right now. The fear and greed index currently, we are at fear. If you look here on this chart to the right here, you can see we did come up though. So back in June or early July, we were at extreme fear, and we did make a quick pop up here. So we went from extreme fear just to fear. So that at least is a silver lining here. Okay. Let's go to the altcoin season index. I'm pretty sure this is going to stay with Bitcoin. So altcoin season index, we're actually in the middle here. So not necessarily Bitcoin season, not necessarily altcoin season either. From a Bitcoin dominance perspective, and we'll look at this on the charts better, Bitcoin dominance stays at 58.4%. Ethereum's at 10.5%, others at 31.1%. The 58% is completely fine. Again, nothing has really happened in a while here with Bitcoin. And again, this is why we're, kind of people are getting a little bit fed up with crypto in general. But we are still here. If you look at the crypto ETF trackers, so the ETF net flows have been negative this past week. So negative about 56.2 million. And as you can see, we had a lot of more down candles here than up candles, just meaning we had a lot of more outflows, people selling in the crypto ETF space than buying into in the crypto ETF space. And both of these are both Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs combined. Okay? So if we look at, let's go to the charts here, guys. If we look at the charts, we're going to start with just the crypto total market cap. So the crypto total market cap currently is at 1.87 trillion. So almost at 2 trillion. Now, if we look at just from a technical analysis point, we have support near 1.75 trillion or 1.74 trillion here. We've bounced off of that considerably, and we have a new level of resistance and supply at 2.4 trillion. What is encouraging me right here with crypto is we might have slowed down selling pressure. Okay, so I'm looking for either a move back down into this support or demand level, and then somewhat of just choppiness as price is looking for basing. And when I say looking for basing, I mean price is looking to bottom around this area here at 1.74, 1.75 trillion. If we get price to bottom this area, that might bring in enough liquidity and enough momentum for us to pop back up to 2.4 trillion. And this would be that level. 2.4 trillion would be the level that we would like to see it break so we can change character or change the course to the upside. Okay. So if we look historically, what I mean is when you have a lot of selling, especially from crypto, you see a lot like these selling moves are very, very drastic and ridiculous, really. There's a lot of selling right here. This was at near the top of November 2021. It's just drastic selling down, boom, and then you think it's bottomed out. Nope, selling it once again here. So once we stop selling, you get a lot of decreased candles that are bearish. So something like this, where the candles have decreased in size, if you will. And then you get small little pops here, and people get happy over these small little pops, and then they see price come back down, and then they get happy over small little pops, and then they see price come back down. And then this is normally the part where people get fed up and they get impatient with crypto, and then that's when crypto says, ah, gotcha, and then it pops back up, and then we're off to the races. So that's kind of where I think we are at, or near where we're at right here. So I think we're getting close to that point, but I still think we're going to play around in this area just a little bit longer so people can get thoroughly fed up with crypto and just be so-called done, and then you'll see the move back up here. So all in all, I think from a total market cap standpoint with crypto, I honestly think we're fine. Nothing points me otherwise. Even with this dip in price, the price hasn't gone below this 1.75 trillion yet. That level has maintained. Okay. If we go to ETH BTC, which discusses just the altcoins in general, other than the total 3 chart, this looks even more promising. And nobody talks about this on like Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. The ETH BTC chart actually looks great. This is the ETH BTC chart. It used to be dismal. This chart used to make me so upset just because it was just a ton of just selling. Every level just collapsed. But ever since we broke this level in May, this downtrend level in May, and created this demand right here, even though we didn't clear this level for ETH BTC and this pushed us down, here we've broken this downward trend. This is a break in the downward trend right here. And you know what? I'm going to mark this down right here. This is a break. So this is a break in the downward trend right here, guys. That's encouraging. And on top of that, despite the pressure, the selling pressure of price coming down in crypto, this still hasn't shown any bearish movement at all. We're still up here. So that gives me encouragement. We are nearing overbought levels here in the slow stochastic, so that's just something to keep in mind. And it is almost getting close to your supply resistance level here. So again, something to keep in mind here, but I am very encouraged by that. Okay. Bitcoin dominance, we just saw that in the coin market cap tool. Here it is in the chart. Bitcoin dominance has, again, we put a level down here. We put a level down here when it popped up back in April. At the beginning of April, it popped up here, and this move left a big demand / support level based on our rules. And if you aren't familiar with my rules, go to the channel and go to the video that has about 2,600 views now. Really appreciate those views, and that just describes my trading analysis in general. So basically, in a nutshell, when a demand or support level, a weekly demand or support level is shown, and it has 2 criterias. it has to have a bearish candle before the move up, which it does here. So a red candle here. And then that move up has to be at least 3 candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a drastic and confident demand / support level. And then look what happens when Bitcoin dominance comes back into it. It just pops back up. So it shows a little bit of life. And I think, again, very similar to that total crypto market cap chart we just saw, we're going to see this leveling out here. See this leveling out and trying to base. Okay. So that's total 3. Total 3 are the crypto altcoins. Those don't look as well. This chart doesn't look as well to me. So we're seeing a death cross, which is the 50 over the 200 week moving average. So we're seeing that death cross show. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Usually the death cross is usually the end of a bearish move, what I found. So people signify death cross, meaning that there's going to be more selling. To me, that's quite the opposite. Usually, a death cross means that the selling is slowed to the point where there could be a bottom somewhere. So that's what I'm thinking. And this death cross isn't even fully activated yet either. So it's getting real close. The 50 is the purple line. The 200-week moving average is the blue line. So when it crosses at the downward motion, you have that death cross. So again, you're getting real close to that. You're not there yet. We are trading below this key level near 400 billion for total crypto market cap for all coins, but price or selling price has slowed down. So the selling has slowed. You can see the decreased size in the candles here. So again, I'm really not that nervous here. Now, if price just drops and we get back into 330s, then okay. But as of right now, this seems like a little bit like manipulation. So manipulation below support, it's a common trend, common thing that, the market makers do. So this is what that feels like, and it feels like we could pop back up over this level. I would like to see that. Okay. Let's go to the dollar. The dollar plays into this as well. The dollar finally has stopped pushing up. The dollar has been on a tear. It was on a tear since the middle of May, and it's been on a tear up until 100. 100, very key psychological level, has been the stopping grounds for the dollar. So you can see the dollar has not been able to push against that 100, and not only is there a bearish doji, but then a long bearish candle here. And we have the 50-week moving average that caught the dollar here, but the dollar, it did close below that $100 point here. So it closed for the week at 99.63. I think the dollar's going to come back down. I think it's going to come back down into the 97s, if I'm being honest. But again, here's a good example of that death cross. The death cross was noted here in July. It was near the end of July here. But as you can see, the death cross was noted here. This was the bottom. And then the bottom was here, and then it just took a little bit of time for the dollar to move up. So you see what I mean? Like, the death cross doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. I know it says death cross on it, but usually that could mean the bottom of pricing. Okay. So the dollar, I feel like some more downside could come with the dollar. So then that dovetails into stable coins. Stable coins are finally seeing some breakdown. So USDC here hasn't been able to clear 3.44% dominance. So that's a good thing. We want to see more red candles to the downside. I would want to see less than 3% on stablecoin dominance, if I'm being honest. I want to see that. Okay, USDT looks even better. So USDT was not able to clear 8.75, 8.76 stablecoin dominance, which is good. So again, very similar to USDC, looks extremely similar, and looks like a double top. You can see here, here's your highest point here, and then here's your highest point here. So it looks like a double top with a rejection at this area. Does that mean that price is just automatically, or dominance is just going to go automatically low because we call it a double top? Of course not. So you just have to keep that in mind. Just because I said something looks like it doesn't mean it's going to happen, but it just makes sense if it does. Okay. So again, everything points to stable coins, hopefully chilling out and coming down. That's what we would like. Okay. Let's go to Bitcoin. That's what everybody wants to talk about. Bitcoin doesn't look bad to me. Again, we went up to 65. Now we're down to 63, pushing about 62 or so. I'm honestly okay with that. If the chart continues to look like this, I'm fine with that. Because what we're trying to do, we're trying to stop and ease this selling pressure right here. And it looks like this level at 62.8 or so, this has slowed the selling pressure down. You can see Bitcoin kind of got its feet up under it, and then we popped up a little bit and went up to 66. Then we came back down and we're down to 63, high 62s right now. I'm completely fine with that. People are just like losing their mind over Bitcoin. I can't believe it's over. It's going to go back to 40. I've seen calls to going back to 40. 40 is all the way down here. That makes no sense at all to me. And then we have 50, we have 56 right here. Could it wick 56 and come back up? Yeah, potentially it could. Yeah, 100%. I think that it's trying to find its footing in this 62.8 area though. It looks like it's trying to find its footing, and if it does, I think it'll look like this, where it just kind of like pops along and people just get very irritated. It's like, oh, Bitcoin's not going to do anything. And then when it does that, boom, it just pops up. So that's what I really think it's going to do, that right here. Okay, now financial advice. Ethereum doesn't look bad to me. Finally, Ethereum doesn't look bad to me, and guess what? This is the break of a downtrend right here. Break of a weekly downtrend right here on Ethereum. So people aren't talking about this at all. Why? Because all the attention is placed on Bitcoin. And needless to say, we have some momentum with Ethereum, and Ethereum's only near the halfway point on the slow stochastic right here. So it still has some room to go, I think. Still has some room to go. We are still holding the coins Aerodrome, Graph, Near, C, and Uniswap. Okay? So we're still holding those coins. I'll jump quick to show you the portfolio. Spoiler alert, it's not doing well. So we haven't sold anything yet. We have added to our USDC though. If you're unfamiliar, I am holding USDC in Coinbase, and I'm earning 3.5% APY, but I'm getting that back in Bitcoin. Okay. 1 year return, or 1 month return, I should say, is negative 8.84%. 3 month is negative 5.21%, and then 6 month is actually a positive 3.63%. So these are my list of assets from top asset in quantity to lowest. So the top is USD right now, as in USDC. Got a lot of dry powder waiting on the sideline here. Aerodrome is next. We are down over 43% on Aerodrome. Uniswap, which has shown pretty good strength here. We're down over 46%. Near, we're down over 34%. C, down over 76%. That's a hard one. And then Graph, always the worst one. We're down over 78%. So the reason I show this is because I just want to make people aware that with my trading style, there were a couple things that I changed with my trading style, which constitutes me taking even more calculated risk. So I'll show you really quick what I mean here. So, for instance, with Uniswap, here with my trading style now, I would have only placed one trade here at this level, okay? Because this was a weekly levels like right here. So I would have placed a trade here as a buy, but I wouldn't have placed all these other trades here. So we're only placing one trade in a buy in a range, and if that range breaks out in this area and then comes back down and is oversold, then we can place another one. Or if it doesn't clear this and then drums back down, we can place another at another range. But we don't want to place multiple buys in multiple ranges if it hasn't cleared, because crypto can range literally for months to a year, and you'll just get eaten up every time. So again, the portfolio doesn't look pretty good right now, but at any point, crypto can change and we can be in the green. So, but we'll close this video out, guys. If this video is helpful, feel free to like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you make. Let me know what you guys are trading. Also, let me know what coins you're trading, and if you're having any success. If you're doing future contracts or just spot crypto, we're just doing the spot crypto over here. But as always, guys, thank you and happy trading.